Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sinegugu Hlengane. I am South African, currently in Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah. The last time we spoke, I was doing a classroom tour. I feel cold. Hold on. It is summer, but this room is actually quite cold. If I sound very low tone, I am extremely tired, okay? So anyway, the title of this video is pretty obvious. It is, I don't know, I resigned from teaching, I quit teaching, I stopped teaching, I haven't yet decided on what I will call it. But yeah, I did resign from being a teacher for so many different factors. To be honest, because I'm just drinking coffee to try and stay awake because, wow, Sana. The time right now, local time is, oh God, how do I find information on this? It is 6:15 at night. It is currently 6 p.m. I am using natural light, but thank God for that. So, the main reason why did I quit teaching, the place where I was working at was paying they were paying trash. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm a qualified teacher. I've got a degree or two and a postgrad. You know, like, I genuinely felt I deserved more and they weren't willing to do that. So that was definitely a huge factor. I'd reached a point where I was just tired, you know, like now. I'd reached a point where I was tired. I'd had enough. I got tired of begging. I got tired of fighting to get paid what I know and feel I deserve. So I was getting paid less than a level 1 teacher. According to South Africa, a government level 1 teacher generally, after deductions, gets paid around about 15,500, 15,700, somewhere there. This is in rands, by the way. So in dollars, I have no idea. It's stupid in dollars. Okay, so don't even bother converting. So I was getting paid less than that, and I got tired of, there's a new person who's gonna come in and they get a government post, or a new person is gonna come in and they're going to earn more than you, you know? Even though the responsibilities just keep being piled up and being added on, and it was just like a never-ending cycle, you know? And I genuinely do believe that I deserved better. I should have been getting better. And I had enough. I got tired. I was like, screw it. I'm quitting. I'm resigning. I gave my couple of weeks and I left. Okay. At the time, I sort of did have a plan B, but not long after putting in my resignation letter, it started to fail, and everything that could go wrong was, wait, what? Sorry, there's something playing on TV. Anyway, everything that could go wrong was going wrong, and I was like, screw it. I'm not gonna take back my resignation. If it fumbles, it fumbles, but I want out, you know. It's either I get a much better paying school, or I don't know, I will have to find something else that is going to work. Like, it just has to work, you know? So I quit and finished up everything, because at the school, I was a grade head. I was subject head for the isiXhosa department. I was a first aid responder. I was a netball coach. Yeah, and I was a classroom teacher. So I did have some of the most subjects. It was just nonsense, to be honest. And people who were getting paid more were literally teaching less. So I was like, screw it. So anyway, funny story. They hired a new person, and obviously she gets a higher salary than me. I hear things very, very quickly, but alas, I left. It was my time. I needed to go because it just wasn't serving me anymore. It wasn't good for my mental health. I hated it. I don't want to get to the point where I dread going to work, where I start to feel more resentment than fulfilled, and that's where this was heading, I can't even really say it was entirely the children. The children was more so just one class. There's this one class. I'm sorry, but those kids are terrible, okay? It's their behavior, it's their manners, it's the things that they say. It's just disgusting. It's a lot. Was it my class? No, I'm not gonna lie. My class was great. My kids, they understood the assignment, It was a very, what's the thing when you work together? Co-something relationship. I don't know. I forgot the English child. I am tired. So it was pretty much that. And I decided I can't do this anymore. So I quit, resigned, whatever you want to call it, and I left. Another factor besides the money and the children was people don't tell you how, as a teacher, you invest so much of your own money back into the children. Like you put, not necessarily like invest, but you put so much of your own money back into the children, Kids are not going to have stationery. They're going to look to you for that. Kids are not going to have lunch. They're going to look to you for that. And you will get parents who won't even bother saying thank you. There'll be parents who will never pay it back. These things happen, and it's very financially taxing at some point, or a child's lunch falls on the dirt. You can't make a child pick that up and eat things that are clearly full of sand or soil, So it's those types of things. It's very financially costly. Like, it's fine, in my opinion, if it's once in a while. I don't really mind doing it, but you get certain parents who it's sort of like expected that you're gonna feed their child. It's sort of like they know that so and so didn't pack lunch, it's fine, their teacher's gonna feed them, They don't even need to say it, but the mere fact that every single day your child comes home and tells you that my teacher got me lunch, you don't at least say thank you. You don't at least try and pay some of that back, It's a lot. Teaching is also very emotionally taxing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It is emotionally strenuous. You'll hear a lot of heartbreaking stories. You will get emotionally invested in the children. You'll get disappointed. You'll get hurt both by the kids, the parents, your colleagues, the work environment. It's so many things, You'll try so hard with a class or with children, and it just gets spat back it just gets spat right back into your face. Someone knocking? I don't know what's happening. I thought somebody was knocking. I'm confused. Anyway, so these are just some of the factors, to be honest. Am I gonna go back to teaching? I don't want to say definitely not. I think if I do get a better job, better opportunity, then yes. I don't want to completely shut it out. I think if I got a certain type of kids, or the salary that I want, the good environment, because colleagues can be toxic. Is this just vitamin water? God, this thing is sweet. Sorry, I went from a bitter coffee to a very sweet thing. Anyway, a good environment, I think, is gonna be key. for me personally. I know that people are saying that healthy environments, good environments, blah blah blah, are not what's gonna pay the bills. But I'm not gonna lie to you. It helps, you know. It helps in staying in a job. It helps in wanting to go to work, you know, because you don't want to be stuck in a place where you're unhappy every day, you're dreading it, you want to literally cuss out everything every morning. Like, you don't want that, you know. And that's not necessarily how my previous school was. I had great times, you know. I think you guys have seen with some of my previous videos. I had some really great kids. You know, of course, kids will be kids. Kids will, at times, get on your last damn nerve, and they will test your patience, you know. But it's part of the job. I'm not yet a mother, so I don't know if this is the nonsense that parents deal with. But also, parents are a big problem in the schooling system, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the parents are very entitled to your time, especially like since COVID, and we've been communicating via other types of media, and not just like a phone call via like the school phone, but we also had WhatsApp and things like that, like a school group, a classroom or a grade group. And they would text you at ridiculous hours, and some of them would not be helpful to you with regards to what you were asking, you know. You ask for their cooperation to help you with the kid's behavior, and the parent will tell you, my child is not misbehaved. It's shocking to me too. Maybe someone else is bullying them. And the blame is never on their child. It's always being shifted, you know. You'll try and push the child in terms of his or her schoolwork, and the parent will not even be there to participate, to try and help you, like encourage the child to build a relationship with that child, and in terms of schoolwork. So those things get quite discouraging, and all you can do is really just try your own and try your best, and just hope that these parents will someday catch a wake up, because you aren't begging their child for you to pass. It's for them, you know, and it is a fee paying school. So if you're gonna waste 11,000 a year, what was the point, you know? Like, what was the point of your child being in that grade, you know? Maybe to you 11, maybe like to them the 11,000 is nothing, but besides that, like besides the monetary value of it, your time is wasted. That child's time is wasted, you know. So yeah, at the moment I am not teaching. I don't think I'm gonna go back anytime soon. I think I'm also just trying to figure myself out, and I was in quite a bad mental state with time, because you do get frustrated of having to constantly explain yourself, defend yourself. You're working in a very toxic environment with certain people. And I had one stupid colleague who, I don't know what he even had an issue with me about, but I don't know. I didn't have an issue with him prior to that, you know. But shit happens, and you don't really know like what to do in certain situations. And I don't like working in a hostile environment where you don't know what you've done to someone, but they immediately just tell you, don't talk to me, don't greet me. Like, it's shit like that I just don't understand. Yeah, well, but yeah. Other than that, I am now in cruise trips again. I am back there. Do I know how long I'm gonna make it last? I don't. I'm going with the flow. I'm going with where I'm at right now. Is it a good chance for me to save money? Yes, it is. Is it the absolute highest paying salary job? No. Is it higher than the previous one? Yes. You know, please don't ask me to disclose my current salary. Like, I'm not doing that. The previous job though paid 10,000 something in rands before deductions. After deductions, it was 9,000 something rand. And like I said, generally a post level 1 teacher in South Africa after deductions makes 15,700-ish, right? It's almost 16,000. That was the last time I checked, right? So I could be incorrect, but I know for a fact that it wouldn't go down, it would only go higher. I remember this from when I was teaching in Southbourne. If you go back to some of my videos in 2018, I don't know if I ever did school vlogs at that time, but there was a school I left in 2018 at the end of it. It's that school, you know. Oh guys, I feel like a tattoo would look so nice. What do you guys think? I think a tattoo would look so nice, but kesana in needles are not better. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's pretty much that on that. I just wanted to address that because people have been asking me, like, on my social media at Bay Talk about school. Some were asking about the tweet I posted that I resigned, I left, Plan B fumbled, blah blah blah. Some of you saw the farewell stuff, like my closer friends and family on my WhatsApp, because I don't give out my number. You saw certain farewell things. So yeah, I resigned from teaching. It can be a toxic environment. It's also quite fulfilling. Definitely know why you're going into teaching. Not that I didn't know why I was going into teaching. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Find an environment that is going to be conducive for you. Of course, an environment you don't know what it's like until you're there. So I fully believe in praying about the places you guys are going to work in or that you work in. Pray about those difficult colleagues. Just pray for God to just give you strength to get through it. Pray for God to just give you strength to understand why you're put there, you know. I think for me, after 3 years, it was enough, you know. And at the beginning of my contract, actually, I was initially supposed to be making around 6,000 rand a month, which is definitely rubbish. As a phys ed teacher, when I started, I was only going to get paid for each day that I was working, and then lockdown happened. So during lockdown, level 5 and 4, I only started getting paid 3,000 rand a month, you know. And 3,000 rand a month, you guys, if you're American or whatever, and in US dollars, it's $250 a month, or less, to about $250 a month. I can't convert right now, but yeah, 3,000 rand. Convert that for yourself. It's stupid, to be honest. And yeah, at the time I had no form of employment. I needed something to keep me up and busy as a plan B, and I didn't realize that I would get the already so small salary halved, you know. I wasn't on any medical aid, had no type of insurance, so everything was essentially up to me. I was no longer on my mother's medicals and things like that. So yeah, it's a lot financially, and umuntu then bazokutshela that I was doing you a favor vele when I'm paying you. You can't tell me that you're doing me a favor, you know, for working. Like, you aren't doing me a favor by paying me for the job that I'm doing. It's not my fault that it's locked down. It's not my fault that there's a pandemic, a global pandemic, you know. Even though employers were very clearly told not to do that, I was like, you know what, Sine, this is not a battle I'm going to fight. I'm not getting involved. I don't care. I want out. And I've been working every day since to try and get out. So this time I got out, I left, and yeah. Someone else that had even said, like, if they have an opening, I was like, I would rather eat a frog than to go back to that school. Okay. I hated it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I hated it. You know, there is a friend of mine, I'm definitely gonna miss her. You know, Bonnie, like, she was great. Like, she is great. So me and her are still in communication. Love her to bits. So yeah, as it stands, I am no longer a teacher. Anyway, if you guys have any questions of, I don't know, teacher related, school related, do let me know. I do have a previous video on classroom essentials and a classroom tour, just not like essentials, but like things or areas you definitely should have in your classroom as a teacher, in my opinion. And some of these we learned in varsity. I did PGCE, so I don't know what y'all learned in B.Ed and all that. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Apart from that, I've got nothing else to say for this video. So please do comment, like, share, and subscribe. And from my heart to yours, nothing but love and light and the love of God. Until the next one.